How's it going, everybody? So this is my brother Justin Ehler and his memories of May 6th and the few days he was out searching for Dylan.
What I remember when I got there is going to the female police officer and asking them, why aren't you stopping traffic? Because maybe somebody took him, snatched him up right quick. And she said, well, there's no evidence of that happening, and the odds of that are very slim. And I said, well, anything's possible. There's not going to be any evidence at all if somebody just opened up a car door and snatched them. So after that, oh Jesus, it was a long time ago. I started searching, and I went out behind the house there and noticed a possible boot print. So I yelled over to one of the search and rescue guys. Ended up being the head guy after watching W5, and he didn't even acknowledge I was there. So I ended up having to get a Truro police officer to come down and take a look at it. He said it kind of does look like it, but it possibly could be a deer print too. They didn't take any pictures, nothing. So at that point, they radioed in the chopper to come bring the chopper in with the infrared, and nothing was found. So, and then later on, I met up with a military guy, and we retraced his tracks, like in the backyard, like where he could have went. We noticed there was a puddle there, the only place he could get out of, and the concrete was dry. So she said she turned her head for 16 seconds and turned back and was gone. You would at least noticed which direction he went because of the wet footprints that would have been on the dry concrete. So then I went up the road and I was talking to a guy named Justin who lives up the street. And as soon as he heard her scream Dylan, he did a full run around that whole brook, and there was nothing there. So, nothing makes any sense of what she's saying. At one point around 6 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock, I went into Dorothy's house, first time ever meeting her, and she just acted like nothing even happened. She even went on Facebook, went over to the computer, just typing away. Very rude person. Rude to us anyway, rude to my mom, rude to my sister, rude to Kathy. A lot of things didn't make any sense when we were there. And why the cops didn't bother to do anything, or even, I don't think they cared, really. Like, I even seen the firefighters walking up the tracks, and they were in a group, they were just talking, not yelling his name, nothing. So then me and another guy went up towards the tidal bore, and there's a little lookout there. And we noticed two search and rescue guys sitting there eating lunch, just sitting around. They had binoculars, but we were there for about 45 minutes or so, and they weren't doing anything, just talking. So at that point, we searched everywhere. I was out there for about 48 hours, non-stop, no sleep, no nothing. And I seen where they pulled up one boot. At least I ended up being a boot. I couldn't really see what it was. I seen them pull something out towards the end of the river, I think the brook, where it goes into the big river. And he took it over to someone else. So I never actually seen what it was, but the next morning it ended up being a boot, I guess. The cyberbullying, it was awful. Like, a couple days after he went missing, it just started. fake accounts, walking up the street, somebody yelling out the window saying you're a kid killer, somebody saying that, you know, I buried him under a pool, my pool. The grandmother saying that I had something to do with it. I was in a vehicle and took him. And that's impossible because I was with my daughter installing a heat pump for Shane Richard. And then got home and seen on Facebook that there was a missing child. Then the wife came home and said, you know, you gotta find him, you gotta find him, you gotta find him. I went out, I looked, and I failed because I never found him. You know, the shit got so bad that I just ended up leaving the province. I wouldn't, you know, it's a thing I would never want anybody else to go through. It's very hard. You know, like, he's always in your mind. Like, where is he? What if? You know, what if search and rescue got there, you know, 20 minutes after the call instead of 3 hours? It would have made a huge difference. I think the grandmother's lying, big time, because she was seen, that little boy was seen by Jim Henderson and another company months before that day happened. They said that he was playing up on the train tracks and there was nobody there with him. And Jason got a statement from Jim's wife saying the same thing, like it was him. Like, they swear it was the exact same person. So she's lying. She never watched that kid. She couldn't have. I think he was gone a lot longer. Maybe the day before, all I know. Or whenever she picked him up from Mom's house. Like, who knows? She's not telling the truth. And then the whole job thing too, I went for an interview, and they said due to the online media and the stuff that's going on in your life, it wouldn't be in our best interest to hire you at this time. Like, it's pretty bad stuff. Like, I don't even know what to say, like, with people. I also went to the police station, and I tried to give a statement, but they wouldn't take it. And I was never questioned by the police or anything like that. The police definitely failed everything. We need a whole new police force.